Hey, all you powerful beings. Ryan Willoughby here. Daily card pull. Today is Friday, the 26th of February, 2021. Whew, how are you guys doing? How you feeling? Are you guys feeling this full moon vibe, these energies going on? I totally am. Earlier this week, yesterday, and the day before, total emotions and feelings just moving through me and not always feeling good. We've been in like this void. I think most of us. I know some are getting a lot of manifestations and things coming through, and I'm so excited for all of you that are having movement. Um, but for the majority of us, we are in an energy of kind of stillness. There's a void, and it can be frustrating when you are looking to manifest and create. But I think sometimes we are manifesting, we are creating, we are receiving, and we may not recognize it as it's coming in. So it's really important to really look at the synchronicities that are happening in your life. Look at the little miracles that are happening, the things that are manifesting, that maybe the small things, quote unquote, and really looking at where you are in life, what you have, and having gratitude for that. There was a lot of emotions over the last couple of days that I just really sat in and really allowed them to move through, and I anchored them in. And there's always this little space within that you can find that sense of joy, even in the expression and the experience of feeling emotions that maybe we don't always want to experience, but there's richness in that. And it is what propels us to move towards that of what we do desire and what we do like. So it's always serving us, right? Beautiful. So I'm going to pull from the Archangel Metatron Mastery Oracle deck today and see what Metatron has to share with us for the collective, where we're at this time, the evolution of humanity and Earth, moving from the third dimension into the fifth dimension, and really elevating elevating our consciousness into Christ consciousness, and manifesting and creating the likeness of our consciousness, which is God, and moving into the new earth. So with that said, let's see what Archangel Metatron has to say with us through the cards. Okay, Archangel Metatron, what do you have to share with us today? Okay, I just had 2 cards fall to the ground, so we're going to use those. You guys get to see the top of my head for a minute. Okay. Let's see, what do we have? And you also get to see my glasses with a little bit of light glare in them. Beautiful. So the first card that fell was air. Fly free. And the second card was gold. Cup of replenishment. And I always have to feel into the cards a little bit. So I'm really into sacred geometry these days, and I'm loving this geometry, this piece that is here in this air, the fly free. This is a really supporting moon that we're moving into tomorrow. We're in the energies of it now. Yesterday all the way through till Sunday and Monday, you have the ability to access the full moon's energy a couple days before and a couple days after, and of course thereof. And what I'm getting from this is our time to anything that is tethering us to our old ways, that had us anchored into the ego mind, that had us anchored into the old paradigm, limiting beliefs, traumas, the karma of our ancestors, of our past lives. This is our opportunity for our karma to be wiped clean. And it's happening on a collective level for humanity. But first we will have to do this individually. We will have a tipping point for the collective. And those of us that are doing the work, let me retract that. Those of us that are allowing the spiritual side, the spiritual dimension to create momentum and movement, for us to be able to allow and surrender to the Christ consciousness, to super consciousness, to clear out the karma of our ancestors and of ourselves, to release us from the bonds of limitation, opening up our heart to be completely surrendered and vulnerable, and to love and to forgive those who have harmed us and hurt us. For as we know, it is unity consciousness. That is what we are moving into in the fifth dimension, is unity consciousness, knowing that we are all not just connected, but we are all one. We are all the same. We are all Christ consciousness. We are all super consciousness. We are all the creator. We are all the one consciousness manifesting into physical form that creates the illusion of separateness for us to be able to experience and express ourselves as God through individual experiences, and to receive that expression from my brother, who is me. And this is why forgiveness is so important. For as I judge my brother for what he has done against me, I am judging myself, for he is me. This is, moving into the new earth or heaven on earth or the fifth dimension, whatever you want to call it, it is a new consciousness that is creating a new reality. And this new consciousness, in order for us to be able to move into this new reality, it is through non-judgment. It is through the forgiveness. And there really is nothing to forgive. For anything other than love does not exist, right? But while we are here in this dimension, the third, crossing over into the fifth, on the bridge of the fourth dimension, in order to release ourselves of the bonds of the third dimension that provides lack and limitation on us as the pure creators, it is through forgiveness, forgiving our brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, whatever the case may be. To simplify the term, we use brothers. Through forgiving my brother, it allows me and my brother to enter into heaven on earth, the new earth, the fifth dimension. We move into earth 2 by 2. You get into earth 2 by 2. I don't get to go and you don't get to go with me because I judge you and see that you are not worthy of moving into the fifth dimension, the new earth, heaven on earth. It doesn't work like that. For the only way that I can move into the fifth dimension is to know that love is unconditional and that we are unity consciousness and you are God creator, just as myself. And as I walk and live in that truth, it will be recognized, and others will see that, and they will be attracted to that, and they will see the truth in that in themselves, and they will forgive, and they will move without judgment, and they will raise their level of consciousness to Christ consciousness, super consciousness, and they too will move into the new earth, heaven on earth. And as we are creating and elevating our consciousness, we are creating the fifth dimension, the new earth, the new paradigms, new principles, new rules. It'll create all new systems, all new technology, inventions, the way in which we access energy, freedom. And how does this happen? But by going within and forgiving ourselves. For I'm not able to forgive my brother as I forgive myself. For you are just mirrors and reflections and characters in my play that I create as I go inward. Same as you do as well. That is the freedom. And as we create the freedom, excuse me, drop the card. Don't want to drop the gold chalice. We receive the gold chalice, where our cup of replenishment and overflowing and abundance and everything that you would ever want to create, to manifest out of unconditional love. For there is no limitation. There is enough for everybody. You can have anything that you want, that your heart desires, that is in soul alignment and contracts with your soul. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, my friends, that's what I have for today. I hope you are having an amazing Friday. Tomorrow, do yourself a little ritual and forgive. Forgive yourself. For know that you are the creator and that you have done the best you absolutely can with the information you've had up until this point. And we are receiving new information as a collective that permits us and allows us to show up in a completely different way than what we would have been able to even 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years ago. So with that, we have new knowledge, we have new power, and we have new responsibility. But we do not judge ourselves for where we have been. For that and what we have created. For that was created through the information and the knowledge and the wisdom we held at that time that was allowing us to serve us and ourselves the best that we knew how at that time. And there is nothing wrong with that. And it all created the experience and the expression for God to be able to experience himself in all dimensions and in all ways, in all expressions, whether we call that shadow or light, or good or bad or evil or divine. Move through the practice of forgiveness. And as you forgive yourself and you find the unconditional love for yourself, as you go and you love that inner child and you go back and you see the inner child within you, your young self, and you're able to go back and express love for that young self that you were, unconditional love, and let them know that they are loved. There's nothing they can do. They have done nothing wrong. They will have never done anything wrong in their life, and that they are just expressions of consciousness, and to love them unconditionally and forgive yourself. And as you do that, move through your acquaintances through life and your family through life and forgive and love unconditionally, and use that as part of your ceremony for the full moon tomorrow. And then write that of what you desire. That of what you desire out of unconditional love. And that can be monetary, it can be physical, it can be expressions, it can be spiritual, it Be anything you want it to be, as long as it's for the betterment of you and for the collective. So practice that with the full moon tomorrow, and enjoy this weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and stay well. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care. Love you.